Welcome back, guys, to another episode of What You Take, the show where we talk about just about anything we can possibly think of and bring you guys along for the unfiltered and unapologetic ride. As always, you're going to have myself here, Steve, my brother Chris.
That's me!
And Sexy Spence.
Safety first, people. Safety first.
It matters.
It matters.
Spence, what are we
I
talking
can already
about?
feel the clarity kicking in. Gotta block yourself from the 5G. You guys don't get it. It's fine. It's fine.
Spencer, my brain looks like Swiss cheese on a good day. There's nothing in here worth probing.
It's the sonar dishes the drones are piloting.
It's not your brain they want to probe, buddy.
Yeah, that's fair, man. You gotta just remember to relax the sphincter. It's just don't fight it.
It's just the monkey with the sonograph in my
Yeah,
head.
that is all that's just oh yeah. So anyway, what we're talking about though is we're gonna be talking about the Simpsons and their ability to just apparently predict the fucking future.
Don't.
That.
No!
So like, I'm not gonna lie, a couple of them I looked into and I was like, okay, some of them are pretty far fetched.
Like what?
Like they were talking about one with the coronavirus. Well, it turns out it was the Osaka virus. They predicted a pandemic, but there was an online thing going around where they like superimposed like coronavirus over the Apocalypse Now thing during the news report.
Oh.
So it was like, yes, they predicted a pandemic, but given enough time, anyone can do that. But
Yeah.
then they've also done some.
Isn't that one of the main criticisms of, there was a guy, God, I'm trying to remember no, not Nicodemus. There was a ancient, what was it? There's a whole documentary on him. I'll find it. But there's a guy who did lots of like water gazing and stuff, and he wrote like a 900-page book of predictions for the future. And one of the main criticisms of that is like
Nostradamus?
Nostradamus.
Yeah.
Yes, the Nostradamus thing. They're like, well, he predicts a great war in 2,000 years. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Right, like, again, given enough time,
Yeah.
at some point, Chris, you will stub your toe.
No, it won't.
No. Yeah, but anyway, some of them are wildly accurate. Like, for example, one of them, they predicted the Trump election and him winning.
Yep.
Like 20 years before it actually happened.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Another big one, they like, for example, one of the ones that wasn't very accurate either is like they predicted the wrecking ball thing. Well, it was just Homer riding a wrecking ball. Like, again, that
Right.
has nothing to do with it. But then again, one of the ones that I think is the craziest personally is probably when they predicted the God particle.
Okay, now hold on. Before you go into that, for those of us out there that don't know what the fuck that is, explain to me what that is supposed to be and why this is
the
such
equation
a
of
big deal.
everything.
Okay.
That's like I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm not super into like, astrophysics and all that stuff. But basically, like, they figured out, like, they call it the God particle because it's the equation that makes up everything in this universe. And
Okay.
they figured all that out. Well, they thought they did. Turns out Homer beat him to the punch like 10 years beforehand. So there's actually an equation that he wrote out on the board that actually showed the God particle, and it was shaped like donuts. Okay, but then the crazy part is in the future, it's insanely accurate to the actual equation. Like, again, not a scientist, but it was like Homer predicted it was 775 GeVs or something like that. I'm again, throwing numbers out there, but the actual number was 125. So in a matter of things, it's like 0.30 zeros 183% off, or point whatever grams off. So the
that's fucking wild.
Yeah, the fact a cartoonist, now mind you, a lot of them have backgrounds in mathematics and stuff, but he literally came out with the equation so long before, and to be that accurate with just some bullshit TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that one's kind of weird.
That's wild, dude.
And then to even predict, like, the fact of, like, having Trump going down the escalator. They predicted that, and then you see that picture right next to it.
Well, and the thing, too, that is interesting is that it begs the question of how it works on whether or not the staff of the writing team at The Simpsons is just really good at sociology trends and like figuring out what the population's gonna be like, or if it's a thing of like maybe there's somebody who's just that fucking smart, or like if
Or they're
they're
time
just
travelers,
guessing.
Chris.
Or
They're just
they're
time
fucking
travelers.
Time travelers. Let's go.
They know
down
the
to-
future.
Let's go to what the realistic outcome here is. It's a
We can't come out
motherfucking
with the
time
pure
traveler.
equation, but we can get close enough where there's some doubt. Like, but no, like,
What if the Simpsons
fact-
writers are the TVA?
right? Fuck you! Now,
So much.
This is the way I'm allowed to interact.
Oh
Right.
my
This
god.
is me pushing the limit.
always hanging out in that gray zone, you little bitch.
Hey, you know what? You know what that comes back to? Fuck you, Disney.
Right. Actually, speaking of that, they predicted Disney buying Fox.
Yeah.
They predicted that one.
I want to play devil's advocate on that particular one.
That's
or
fine,
like,
yeah.
and I know there's the other one about like Kamala Harris wearing the same thing that Lisa Simpson wore.
Right.
You have to beg the question to a certain degree of that episode came out. Who's not to say one of Trump's people didn't just go, "Hey, listen, we got this. I need you to go down an escalator for me."
Yeah, it turns out his director's just a big
That's what I'm saying.
Simpsons fan.
Right,
He's like, no,
that-
go down the elevator.
You've gotta give that some kind of a nod that there could just be things that we are going like, nah, we've got some control over this. That's just
I mean, that's fair, but also one of those
Give
things
it a
like if
little
I
push.
have to tell the president to go down the escalator to make the Simpsons come true,
He would.
he would.
I'm
Like,
just
If he's a
saying.
patriot.
if
he
he's a
would.
goddamn patriot, like
I'm just saying, right?
no. There's that. Well, the other one they predicted too is the what happened on January 6th, for example. Like
Okay.
they predicted to a T. They had groundhog. Like what was it? What the hell's his name? Willie. Fucking, they had Willie dress up with a buffalo hat and storm the Capitol.
Yeah. That's yeah.
That-
Okay.
Dude, there's a certain point in time where like that guy's not like the Simpsons did it. I'm gonna do it. Like I'm saying, some of them are very far fetched, but there's an alarming number that I think is scary accurate.
There's enough there to say that it's a pattern or
Right.
a trend.
If it happened once, I'd be like, okay. Twice, even then, I'm like, yeah. 4,
17
5, 6,
times.
17 episodes. And like I said, a few of them I was looking into, and they seem pretty far fetched. But there's enough with some scary accuracy where I'm like, maybe.
My problem is now I can't get the fucking TVA thing out of my head, you assholes.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing.
That's 100% gonna be where I'm just chalking it up to.
There-
Loki's in there somewhere.
how
Fuck.
they protect the sacred timeline, dog.
Oh
Yeah,
my
dude,
god. No,
through The
no,
Simpsons.
Our fucking timeline is fucked because our anchor being got fucked. Harambe!
Man, some of these like younger kids don't realize like things were good. There was a future.
There was.
We saw it. And then the monkey died, and so did our hopes and dreams for a better world.
We talked about this off mic for a minute. And it was like, can you imagine being the galactic guardian for us and our timeline, and you just need to keep one being safe. So you do the smart move and you make it an ape, and you put that ape in a fucking zoo where it's our job to protect it. We feed it, we keep it alive, and someone had to let their kid get dropped in there. You
yeah.
had one job, and it was to make sure that nothing happened to this one already protected animal, and you fucked it up.
Stepping off your path created a Nexus event, which left unchecked could branch off into madness, leading to another multiversal war.
Where's the animators for What If? This needs to be a fucking episode.
Honestly, yeah, do it, Disney.
No, man. I
Do
want
it.
DC to do it. I want the Flash to go back in time
Oh,
and save the monkey. And then we're like 300 years in the future in 20
Yeah,
years.
like flying cars
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, no one knows what coronavirus is. No
Free
one,
education.
Yeah, free education. Everyone's happy.
Free healthcare.
Utopia.
With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here. What are your thoughts on the Simpsons predictions? Is there any that we missed? Is there one that particularly sticks out to you, like, big time when it comes to all of this? Make sure to give the video a like here. Throw your comments down below. Maybe share this to someone. And as always, until next time, peace out!
For all time.